Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right. Single storyline for 2025. I've got to tell you guys, yes, we're here to celebrate the year of the snake, even though technically, although we start into 2025, and not too many hours from now, we don't really enter into the year of the snake in the Chinese zodiac until January the 29th. But still, I'm kind of all snaked out today. So let's go ahead and just take a look. If it's a year of mysticism, of transformation, of wisdom, of change, of truth, all those things may come into play in 2025. And full disclosure, speaking of truth, I already recorded a single storyline. The single storyline was quite smoky and sensual, and my doggy, as I was pulling cards about like animal magnetism, my puppy dog decided to sing his puppy songs off in another part of the house, but I know you could still hear it. And it was great storyline. So I went ahead and finished instead of like just ending the video. But not everybody's going to want to have to hear puppy dog barks in the background. For those of you that like Aries singing, awesome. I'm making that available to you guys in the description box of this video. You will find a free link to that other singles storyline for 2025. I don't know who's going to want to listen to it, watch it, but it's there for you should you want to. I didn't want to cheat anybody out of a really great message, even though it was a loud message. All right, so this could be a completely different like collective energy on this storyline. We shall see. It starts out with a page of pentacles in the reverse. My first impression is nothing that is too small that it stresses a character out. No breadcrumbs in 2025. I don't expect this to only be about love and romance, but the other storyline I will tell you it was. But this story seems like I'm not doing anything in a small way. It's a go big or go home kind of year. It's even if our character has a certain amount of like lone wolf energy to them in 2025, they are still here in this vibe of I have options. I don't need to accept less than what I want. I'd rather move on, stay single, than take things that don't really please me and that aren't enough to hold my attention or make me feel like I'm, being given what I actually deserve. Seven of Cups is a great number of options, opportunities. Now, could there be some confusions? Yeah, particularly around some of the moon cycles. We could have in 2025, our single character could find themselves like really much more interested in setting intentions for themselves around full moons. That to me, that just represents, with those lunar cycles, our character could have a lot of like opportunities to change the way they're doing things. So I think perhaps in 2025 we have a character who's going to be altering, shifting, transforming certain things in their own life. Each lunar cycle, they'll do a little assessment and be like, okay, what do I like? What do I not like? What do I want more of? What is just, not important to me? We have the Tower also. Oh my gosh, Anai S, you angel. Thank you, sweetheart. Anai S has just gifted 5 memberships, you guys. So welcome, Nikki Taylor, Tyranny Dawn, Peaches Are Juicy. You guys, thank you so much. Anai S, you're such an angel. Lots of love to you, babe. We've got the Tower that talks about collapse of energy as well. It's about massive change and transformation, but I feel like it's going to happen at least maybe 7 times, if not with each lunar cycle. We got a character who is showing up in 2025 ready to get stuff done. I didn't know if we would have like one major message for 2025. And we don't, not for this character. The only major message is I don't do anything small and I don't take breadcrumbs. I'm willing to absorb wisdom, knowledge, information, and then I can apply that wisdom, knowledge, and information in a different way and keep evolving throughout the entire year. So it is a year where change is heavily embraced. And I think our character keeps basically, getting stuff out of the way that isn't good enough. I mean, it's just is not good enough. If it's not up to snuff, I don't keep it. If it's not an outfit I'm going to keep wearing, by the way, you'll notice I did a costume change myself from the other singles read to this one because I didn't like it. I didn't like seeing that bright orange and navy reflected back at me. I was in a blue mood today. Not a navy blue, but a turquoise aqua. We have a 2 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles energy is, Well, in this case, we do have somebody who says, yeah, I got money on my mind and my mind on the money. Maybe rap music is going to be a little bit more fun, a little more pump up music for our character in 2025. They are about balance, though, work life balance and growth, and they will invest in themselves this year. We have a character who might be willing to, you know, say, hey, the cost of me getting educated or certified in this is actually still going to yield a higher, net value overall. If I'm going to get paid more because now I have a new service I can offer, it might be worth the investment. It's about weighing the pros and cons. Now, if we apply this to romance, there's another way to say I'm weighing the pros and cons. If I let this person into my life, are they going to add greater value to my life, or is this going to be a relationship that's just it's nothing but somebody who's taking energy from me? Tell me about love specifically. Let's go there. We have got the Four of Wands, and we have got the Ace of Cups, and we literally have the Serpent here as well. There is a divine love on the horizon in 2025. Now, we could say first and foremost that a character falls in love with their own life and their own growth patterns, which is great because we see the Tree of Life depicted on this Four of Wands. I love this deck. I will tag this. I'll tag all the products that I can because I know a lot of people are like, where'd you get that? Where'd you get that? And so I try to be better about tagging products for you guys right now. This is kind of a tougher deck to find. So, and I love it because it's got the serpents on it, but it's also real interesting artwork. But I feel like a character may be first and foremost like loving their life, loving their personal growth. But this can be a card of marriage, a card of, meeting the one. I know it's a single character's read, but in the context of love, we do have, I don't know, I feel like our character has been protected by their angels or their guides for quite some time because I don't think they've met the right one yet. I think this is the year that our character, and let's put it this way, everything that came out first in these four cards showed a character who's determined to keep improving. That's their dedication. I'm going to improve. I'm not going to take little tiny crumbs. I'm not going to accept jobs that don't pay me well. I'm not going to give my energy to people that aren't more, serious. I'm not going to waste my time on mindless things because my time is precious. My life is precious. So the fact that they're already being very discerning in 2025, maybe that's why the universe is coming in, or the angels are coming in saying, this is who we wanted you to be. We wanted you to get a little bit more choosy before you're going to meet the right one, before you're having a long-term successful relationship. This could be a character who's not ever had a successful long-term relationship that we're talking about. And the angels are like, yeah, because you were accepting far too little. You had transitional relationships. We kind of protected you, though, from getting too tangled up for too long with the wrong guy or gal. This could even be somebody who consistently had, they would think that a relationship was going to last, and then the person was a cheater or they left. Maybe our character has, habitually has chosen partners who left them. The angels are saying, no, darling, they got out of the way. You weren't supposed to be with them. They weren't good enough for you. You had to be more choosy. It's thank God they didn't stick around. They did you the biggest favor ever because we knew this was going to be your year, honey. Year of the serpent. There were some changes that you were busy making. You were becoming more choosy for usy. I don't know if the angels talk in baby rhymes, but in my stories, they do. Tell me about this potential great love then. Who is this? Page of Wands. It could start out small. Page of Cups. We have a double energy of starting from the very beginning, starting with a little bit of I'm hearing that song. I started with a whisper, and that was When I Kissed Her. I always get that wrong. Is it Neon Trees? I always, that song comes up in my head probably once or twice a year. And every single time I go, who is that? Tell me more about them. If this starts out slow, hi everyone, great to see you all. We have Drunkard in the reverse and the Courier upright. Whoever this person is, they may not drink at all. They may have come from a family of alcoholics and they do not touch the stuff. They could be somebody who travels or, is, constantly, I know this is really specific, but I'm picturing somebody who like flies the planes, like cargo planes to, transit. Or maybe this is somebody who, I mean, sure, they could be a bike courier for a living, but I'm picturing that this is like a divine messenger. But they may, in, the 3D world, they may be a cargo ship captain. They may be somebody that, I don't know why planes, like the FedEx planes and stuff like that, or UPS drivers, or, any of those. I'm not trying to give props to delivery services, but any of those delivery type services. Maybe it's a DoorDashy thing, or a food service delivery, or whatever you call those things. But they may travel a lot, which could be the other reason they're like, I don't drink at all, because yeah, one drinky and I get pulled over, and my career goes away. So they may be very stern, but it also says if they ever did used to drink a little too much, they sure don't anymore. This is somebody they too are like interested in going places. They could be very interested in like global travels. Maybe the reason they've chosen a career where they ferry information back and forth, or they are a courier of sorts. This could be like diplomatic courier as well. This could be somebody who literally travels internationally. Here we kind of see somebody on it's very reminiscent of some streets in Paris or even Italy that I've been down. So I don't know if this character actually hails from like a Mediterranean culture or something, but they very well may be somebody who's got a more broad world vision. And what's so great is that this is a year where our character is all about change. Our lead character here, our single person, is all about consistently, like even monthly, doing a little check-in in their life and saying, what didn't work this month? What should I do more of? What should I surrender? The fact that they're so committed to change, I could see how somebody who comes and goes and travels a lot could be a great match for them, because this person would have a lot of life experience. They've seen a lot of different places. They perhaps have the energy of, and maybe this is how our character meets them. Maybe they deliver some kind of information, or maybe our character is taking a trip somewhere, and the person they're seated next to on a plane is whatever, a diplomatic, uh, information specialist or something. It just comes across like the individual that's a really great match for our character. Definitely we see wings here. So somebody could be flying, or it's definitely got to do with transportation. However they meet this person, or the industry that somebody works in, it has to do with transportation this year. It has to do with moving things from one place to another. That's a terrific energy for Year of the Snake, because it's all about shedding old skin. I can see now why they would start with a very simple, maybe even a short or brief communication, an exchange of like, man, this person's kind of spicy, kind of hot. Yeah, I'm kind of interested in getting to know them better. These two might have a brief first meeting and then have to actually, exchange information so that they could talk again. Even here it says messenger of connections, delivery, information transmission, and gift. So definitely this could be somebody that our character is going to be meeting for romantic purposes, but it feels like they come from some other place. This is not somebody who's like their next door neighbor, not in this story. We have the Chariot again, the driving, the motion. This could start out as a long distance relationship, but because our character is so willing to change this year, they might be like, this is awesome. You live where? You're based out of where? Well, sure, I could come see you. It looks like it's going to be a two-way street where characters may be traveling back and forth to see each other, but very much like, yeah, this feels like an adventure. Why not? Let's do more of this. Let's do the movement. Eight of Wands. Again, travel is all over this in 2025. By the way, this is now very different from the other storyline, the other single storyline. Very different. We've branched off. This one seems so much more like direct. And the other single storyline, where the free link is there in the description box, that one is much more, well, we were talking about our lead character as a high priestess, and they were very smoky, very sensual, very subconscious direction, whereas this is all very much on the surface. Here's who I am. Here's who you are. Let's do this thing. It doesn't mean that both stories can't be true. They could true. I mean, they're fictional stories, but both characters or both storylines could hit for the same character, but they definitely are exhibiting different stratas of relationships, I'll say. This storyline is very precise about taking direct action, lots of travel, lots of communication, lots of joyful, exciting, exploratory energy as well. What happens with these two? Is this the Four of Wands then? Is this the relationship that goes the distance? Is this the Fool? Talk about going the distance, taking a leap of faith. I feel like our character could very well in 2025 could meet the person that they change their entire life for. They've been prepped and primed for something like this simply because of the energy that our character walks in to 2025 in. Right? I want things to be different. I want things to be more meaningful. I don't want to waste my time. I want things that matter. I want things that add value to my life, including relationships. I could see how, this is like a breath of fresh air in 2025. Even the fact that it feels like it's somebody who lives in a different culture, maybe, or a different location. They do something maybe unique for work. They could have a kind of a very different personality, and that could be very appealing to a character who wants change this year. And it would probably only be appealing to a character who wants change, right? Because long distance can be tough. Is tough, not can be. We do have Aries coming in twice. So Aries is real strong energy, leadership qualities. We also have Cancerian, which is, in this case, it's like emotional stability. This feels like a really strong relationship. Okay, what else do we have? Any other messages for 2025? In fact, let me ask it this way. What is the most valuable message for 2025? Ooh, I just set myself up for I got to pick the right deck now, huh? Okay, here we go. Hi, everybody. The most valuable message for 2025: embrace the transformation. Six of Pentacles is in the reverse. The Death card is upright. This is so much of a anything, because this is my gossip card. It's not just a card about sharing. It's a card where it's like, okay, I got to try to figure out the truth. Let me talk to somebody else instead of the person directly to get the truth, because I need to talk about them because they're not telling me things. None of that in 2025. If somebody wants to keep secrets, I think our character's going to let them keep their secrets. If I got to go talk to somebody else to get information about the thing you should have shared with me, that's like a red flag. That's a non-negotiable. And I think just simply cutting that out, that's giving such tremendous clarity. And this is about anything. If a character is like, I'm not sure, I got to go talk to other people to figure out what to do, I kind of think the character is going to be like, no, that means I don't really want this. Or that means I don't, I'm not sure if I'm ready for this. I'm not sure. Why am I trying to get somebody else to tell me what I should do? No, let me listen to my gut instinct. Let me listen to what's right for me. Let me not try to make things okay with me that are not really okay with me. Or if I'm meet lovers that don't really tell me everything and I got to be reading tea leaves to try to figure out who they are, how they feel about me. Oh, screw that. No way. They got to be direct. They got to show up. They got to show me who they are. No secrets. I want them to invite me into their world. I want to invite them into my world. That's the big change. The Death card is awesome. It is perfect for the year of the snake. It is perfect for the shedding of the old skin. And it says, I don't want to go data mining. I want somebody that has lots of things to show me and talk to me about. I want clarity. I want things that obviously are inviting me into their world, not things I have to go become a detective just to figure out how somebody cares about me or if they're dating somebody else. I don't think our character is going to deal with anybody that's a little bit on the shady side this year. So that's the biggest, most important message. And I would agree. That's a great message. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave this here only because I'm trying so hard before I run out of time today to get to all the other zodiacs, and I may have to compress a few, but I'm going to do my very best because I don't want to leave any zodiac out. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Denisa, hi, sweetie. Miss G, Victoria Rose Noir, Tammy Secord, hi, sweetie. Oh, Lois, you are perfectly on time, honey. Fairest of all, good to see you. You're so cute. Atar Axia, hey. Shady Lady. Eli Starseed, Happy New Year to you also, love. Sarah J, Happy New Year. I know some of you, it's already switched over to New Year, I'm sure. Hi, Lulu. Zara, hi from London. Sorry, my eye is itching. Hi, Christy. Ciao, darling. Emprey Walsh. Courtney Walsh. Happy New Year to you also, Empress. I just called you Emprey Walsh. That should be your new nickname, Empress Walsh. Diane. Karen M. Happy New Year to you as well. Maria. Hi, sweetheart. Thank you again, NIS. That was so generous of you. Nicole. Hi, honey. All right, you guys, I will see you all in the next videos. And like I said, there is a second storytelling for those of you who don't mind the dog barking in the other room through like probably the last 4 minutes of the video. I apologize for that, but I didn't want to cheat you guys out of what turned out to be a real interesting storyline anyway, despite my Aries singing in the background. So that free link is in the description box. Lots of love, you guys. I'll see you again in a bit.